if you all will please each give us one of your favorite writing tips. Chris, you want to start us off?
Sure. And this is more, there are all kinds of things you can learn about technique and about how to draw characters and write really compelling settings without going on for 3 pages about the sunlight hitting the tea towel.
I'm going to do that tomorrow.
I can narrow that down to half a page.
Then I'm going to send it to John. That's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
I will tell you, if in terms of writing, the only reason I am a published writer, literally the only reason, is that I didn't quit. I wanted to do this since I was 13. And I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but 13 was a while ago. And there were all sorts of times when I could have, I found a career I love. I am married to the love of my life. I have 2 boys. I have a dog, a nice house. Like, life is good. And I could just, I have a gracious plenty. That's fine. This writing thing, I tried it and it didn't work. There were so many times I could have quit. Yeah. If you have anybody who is not a best friend or a blood relation who reads something that you've written and says something positive about it, right? If you have that, don't quit. Because if you quit, nothing will happen. I can't guarantee something will, but the only reason I'm published is because I was persistent. It's one of the few things I'm really, really stubborn about. And it worked. It took longer than I'd like, and I wasn't consistent about it. But, don't give up, because so many people who could write go, you know what, I tried and it didn't work, and I'm done. And that is the only reason I'm here, is because I stuck with it. And I had along the way, I had enough people and enough times, strangers, friends, what have you, who gave me enough encouragement. I got a line from an editor saying, not for me, but send me something else if you get it. Things like that. Right. Don't quit. That's not deep, and it's not original, but
no, it's great.
It's probably the most important thing. Yeah.
Chris, your students are really lucky. I've just been thinking that all night as you talk. Like how but really, how wonderful to have a teacher.
They really are, aren't they?
I had great teachers in high school, but
I'm the lucky one.
It's awesome. Good for them to have the exposure to somebody like you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. How about you, John?
Well, I think Chris is onto something. So let's talk about embracing the lifestyle of writer more than show don't tell. I mean, we can all buy the books that tell us how to avoid the common pitfalls. All right. So Chris is talking about finding someone other than your spouse or significant other, whatever, that can actually read your books and say nice things and taking that seriously. I would refine that based on my own experiences and say that the most important thing is to find someone that can deliver critical perspective in a manner that you will trust and not breaking your heart at the same time, because there is no more insecure creature than an unpublished writer. I think I'm safe in saying that. I mean, it's we're all putting our heart and soul onto the page, and we're waiting for someone, to anoint us and say you're worthy and come into the club. And that's a hit or miss thing, right? I mean, it's, sometimes it's just a bad day for the right editor or the wrong day for the wrong editor, who knows? But I'm blessed with my wife. She is capable of reading what I write in its rawest form and saying, you're losing me, or this is awesome. And if she says one or the other, I mean, I take it as gospel. So it's really important to have that. But keep in mind too, though, that you have to be careful about how you open yourself to opinions. Yes. Because we are all such insecure creatures, we are vulnerable. I mean, it's just like you pull your chest open and you say, here's my heart. What do you think about it? I mean, that is a terrifying thing. Yes. And there are people that will submarine you for their own reasons. Yep. And I'll never forget it. When I wrote 2 failed novels before my first was published. And when I decided to write the one that got published, I quit my law practice and I had a stay-at-home wife and a brand new baby. And I told everybody in this little small town we were talking about that this is what I was doing. And the reason I did that was because I'm just a forthright, honest SOB, but secondly, because I knew that I would be held accountable. If I said I'm quitting my law practice with these stay-at-home dependents, I'm going to finish a book. I mean, I've got to finish a book, and I showed up at the library every day and I wrote the damn book.
Yeah.
But people would accost me. I mean, literally accost me, put their finger in my chest. I'm talking about surgeons and district attorneys and saying, who the hell do you think you are?
Wow.
I think you're next on Grisham. I would love to quit my job and fix my life. What makes you so special? And my response to them was like, I'm willing to roll the dice. And so I think that the naysayers, they naysay for their own reasons.
Yes.
And you need to understand that. The naysayers that, and look, my mother, God rest her soul, was one of them. She said, do not quit your day job. You will never get published.
Oh, wow.
She was saying that as a protect. She was trying to protect me.
Sure. Yeah.
Difficult industry. But the people that are really just eager to tell you can never do it are the ones that have given up on their own dreams and moved on. And now they're wondering if it was a mistake or the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And if you fail, if you walk away, they're right. And if you succeed, they're wrong. So they have an vested interest. You got to understand, in the early days, you are your own best cheerleader, your own best friend. And if you do not care with the kind of passion that Chris is talking about, like you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to see it. If you don't have that, don't waste your time. But if you have that, I don't know how many times it took Chris, but I wrote 2 full novels before I got published.
Wow.
And after 2 Edgars and a few bestsellers, I wrote another one that I had to throw away before I went back and wrote my 5th best-selling novel. It's not a given.
No.
It's a constant struggle, and you just got to love it. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
You got to live what you're doing.
So true.